Hello everybody. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you my morning smoothie, which I hope benefits you just as much as it does me. Now, should you be interested in replicating this at home, you will find a full list of ingredients and some of the nutritional information in the description below this very video. But I want to say, before we go any further, that this is a blueprint. What I mean by this is that this recipe, this selection of foods, is what I have found has been beneficial for me and my dietary needs. Now, with so many different people out there, body types and so on and so forth, everyone's smoothie probably has to be adapted to their personal needs. But I hope you'll see through this blueprint that actually you can maximize all the different things which will benefit you to help you start the day the best way you possibly can, well, on a nutritional way at least. So I hope you see through this selection of fruits and vegetables and things we have here that you can start to incorporate what suits you based on your dietary needs. And being aware, of course, of any allergies or tastes you don't enjoy, let's not add those if they don't suit you. But I hope you may find this tasty and enjoy it just as much as I do. The ingredients I have here, like I said, are what I have found have been tasty and delicious for me, but also incredibly nutritious. So let's start with some of those powerful ones we've got at the front. So at the front here, I have turmeric powder. Of course, fresh turmeric will be just as good, but this is what I have access to while I'm here in New Zealand. So I pop that straight in. Next up, I've got cacao powder. Now, this has been proven to be incredibly beneficial for a lot of people, including myself, and supposedly even helps with memory. Although I don't know if that's helping so much right now, but we'll see. Next up, I've got flaxseed powder. Now, you don't have to have this as a powder, you can have it as flax seeds, but I find this is going to be very good for my nutrition, helps with a lot of variety of things, which you'll find below, including omega-3s. But what it is here for me is, by having a powder, it makes it a lot easier for the blender to get this as smooth as I like it. That's the key thing, it's about as smooth as I like it. You might like your smoothie a bit more chunky and things. I personally like it as smooth as possible. So in that goes. Next up, we got fresh ginger. Now, if your smoothie maker or blender, whatever you like to call it, is really powerful, then it doesn't matter how you treat this, you can just chuck it in as you like. I found with more recently with the blenders we've been having that by cutting across the grain, it makes the ginger a lot easier for the blender to chop up rather than going with the grain. So easiest way to put it is if you go with the grain, you get long strands, which is kind of a bit like drinking hair. Not particularly tasty in my personal opinion, but if that's what floats your boat, then tuck in. But I chop across the grain and see if that helps you. Oh, missed a bit. There you go. Next up, we got oats. Now, oats basically are clean carbohydrates, which I find very good for giving me a lot of energy throughout the day. This lasts throughout the morning and takes me right at the lunchtime, no problems at all. So put in as much as you like. I personally put in about 2 handfuls to make sure I got plenty of energy for me to get through the morning. And there goes as well. Now we've got a chopped up banana. Now you can put this in whole, of course, most blenders can deal with that, but I just chopped it up because it's easier for the video. Now we get to the interesting stuff. Now this is beetroot. I am a big fan of root vegetables and things which grow in the ground because the nutrition in them is often very high, like carrots, parsnips, yams. Beetroot for me is an absolute winner. So I chop this up, chuck it in, and it gives a lovely color as well as also incredible benefits personally for me. Now here I've got basically it's a mix of almond butter and peanut butter. Now these are as clean as I can find them, no sugar, all those sort of things. But I've mixed them together just to mix them up easier. But you can use handfuls of nuts, depending of course if you have allergies or not, and just get it in there. The benefits of having a butter as opposed to having the nuts again helps with getting the, well, smoother tasting blend of your smoothie. So basically the easier it is for your blender to mix it up, the easier, smoother it'll be. And that's why I like it that way. Now we get to the best bits. Well, in my opinion anyway, because it's the bits I love most, which is the fruit. So here I've got loads of frozen blueberries. The benefits of having your fruits and vegetables frozen where possible is it locks in the nutrition for a longer period of time. So when we keep them out of the fridge like this, or if we have them in the fridge, they are losing their nutritional value bit by bit by bit. Now, it still happens in the freezer, but it's extended exponentially in comparison to what we can achieve with even just a fridge. So I really recommend, if you are able to keep your fruits and vegetables in the freezer, if you want to lock in that nutritional value, unless, of course, if you're growing them at home and you can pick them and whack them in immediately into your blender, then that's the best way to make sure you get the most out of your nutritional value of your fruits and vegetables. Next up, my personal favorite is raspberries. Huge fan of them. If you're not, no worries. Find what suits you. And then now we get to other nutritional benefits. We've got here is some broccoli I've got. Incredibly great for you. Contains zinc, which supposedly is good for growing hair. Not proven for me anyway. Now we get to kale. It is well known for being incredibly nutritious and beneficial for a lot of people. So this is why I've included it in my smoothie as well. In it goes as well. Let's plug it in a bit. Okay. Now to help the blender go around, I've added a bit of water. Okay, this just helps get everything moving a lot easier. Now we have my final ingredient, which is kombucha. Now, if you didn't know this stuff already, this is a fermented drink, which is great for helping our natural flora or bacteria in our guts to take care of our microbiomes, and that's why I include it. This one is here is a raspberry lemonade flavor. You choose whatever flavors you like if you choose to include it. Of course, this is sugar-free to take care of my body and my health as best I can. So in that goes, and that's everything I have in my smoothie. As you can see, this is a big old smoothie. So whack the lid on, and we give that a good old blend. And there you go, there's my smoothie. So I give it an extra blend just to make sure it comes out a bit smoother. Looks pretty thick today as usual, but that's full of great goodness for me to get started for the day and help me get through my morning as well as my day. So I hope you find this just as beneficial as I do. It's really tasty, even if I say so myself, in my humble opinion, but I hope it benefits you. And as always, please do like, subscribe, and share this information, these videos, this channel with anyone you think who could benefit from it. Until next time, everybody, ciao for now.